This world I see, it calls to me. I hear its voice, make my choice. Yesterday is swept away. Why don't we chase our dreams? In this moment we could be evermore, ever free. Take my hand, my heart, my life, I'll be yours. Time unwinds.
Hello guys, I just showed you what we're gonna be making today. So this is Rhandz from Rhandz Graphix. Welcome back to my After Effects tutorial channel. At the end of this tutorial, if you like this video, I humbly ask guys to please spend a second to hit the like button so that it will help me a lot on my channel. Don't also forget to download the project file link provided in the description below. So without any further ado, let's go jump into After Effects. So now guys, we are here inside After Effects. All we have to do is to create a new composition, and I will name it Media 1. 1920 by 1080p, 30 frames per second, and the duration is 20 seconds long. Click OK. I will go again to composition, create new composition. This time I will name it hexagon. I will change the width to 400 pixels and the height 400 pixels. Frame rate is 30 frames per second, and still the duration is 20 seconds long. Click OK. Go to your project panel and open this assets folder, expand this image and drop down this plum color into your timeline. Scale it down because this is just a guide for our color theme, and I will just drag it up. Then grab your shape tool, choose this polygon tool. Make sure that you don't highlight this layer and create a shape. Open the polystar, go to polystar path 1 and change this 5 points to 6. I will align this by going here, align horizontally, and go to fill. Change the color by using this picker tool. Pick this color, click OK, and the stroke, I will also pick the color here. The stroke is 30 pixels. I will just close this one and disable the visibility of this plum color. Then I will go to media 1. I will drop down this hexagon. I will disable the visibility of the hexagon and go to layer, create a new solid. I will name it large particle. And 1920 by 1080p, click OK, and the color is white. I will go to effects and preset, go to simulation, CC particle world. I'll change the birth rate here to 0.2. Longevity is 4 seconds, and open the producer. Change the X radius here to about 0.945. Radius Y is 0.800. Radius Z is 0.945. Then open the P6, change the explosive to viscous, and the velocity is 0.05. Gravity 0, extra 0, extra angle 0. Then open particle, change the particle type to texture disk. Then expand this texture and change the texture layer to hexagon. Change the rotation speed to about 30. That size 1. Also the bird size, and make the size variation here to 100%. Max opacity is 100%. Then go to your opacity map and make your opacity map like this. And also change the birth color here. But first I will just go to my project, drop this plum color as our theme guide. Then go back to highlight the large particle. Go to your effects control and hit this birth color picker. Change the birth color to purple. I will make this one darker. Change this to this one. I will again disable the visibility of this plum color and I will duplicate this large particle. Go to edit and duplicate it. Open producer. Change the Y position to -30. Then go to effects and preset, blur and sharpen. Go to fastbox blur. Change the blur radius 70 and check this repeat edge pixels. Change the radius Z probably to 700, something like that. It's up to you actually whether what kind of preference you want. Go back to your project panel and drop this flare on your timeline. Right away go to effects and preset, color correction, find photo filter. Change the warming filter 85 to violet. Make the density 100% and go back to effects and preset, color correction, curves. Drag this RGB up and also change the RGB to red and drag it up. Change the red to green, drag it down. Change the green to blue and drag it down. I think that should be good enough, and all I have to do is to duplicate this layer. Go to edit and duplicate it. I will press P on my keyboard for the position and drag this layer a bit up. Right click your mouse and pre-compose it, and I will name it flares. Move all the attributes into the new composition and click OK. Then I will duplicate it again. Go to edit and duplicate it and press your keyboard R for the rotation. Rotate it like this and go to effects and preset. Go to blur and sharpen, fastbox blur. I will put these flares below the other one. Make the value here 70 and then repeat edge pixels. Now I will go to layer, create a new solid. I will name it small particles. I'll click OK. I will right away go to effects and preset and go for simulation, CC particle world. I will change this birth rate to 250 and then the longevity I will change this to 3. Then open the producer. I will change the position Y to 0.45 and then the X radius I will change this to 0.600. The radius Y I will change this to 0.400. And then the radius Z, I will change this to 1. Open the P6, change the animation from explosive to cone axis, change the velocity to 0.03. Gravity 0, extra is 0.65. Then open particle. I will change the particle line to shaded sphere. I will change the birth size to 0.015. And also the depth size 0.015. I will change the size variation to 100% and also the max opacity 100%. Enable again the plum color. Take the speaker. I want the birth color like light color plum. Depth color I want it darker a bit. And then I will open the opacity map and change your opacity map like this. And I will go to edit and duplicate it. I will change the birth size to 100. And I will again duplicate this one by going to edit and duplicate it, and I will change this to 200. I will disable this plum color, duplicate these small particles, and I will change the birth rate to 100. Duplicate this particle again, go to edit and duplicate it and change this birth rate to 200. I will also change the blending mode here to color dodge, and then these two I will change this to add, and then highlight all these 3 small particles. Go to edit, duplicate it, and then drag it up and press R on your keyboard for the rotation. I will just change this to 180. close it, go to layer, and I will create a new adjustment layer. I'll go to effects and preset, go to blur and sharpen, fastbox blur. I will change the blur radius here to 120 and go my playhead at the beginning. Create a keyframe, go my playhead to about 2 seconds, change the blur radius to 0. Then repeat edge pixels. Then I will go again to effects and preset, color correction, levels. Bring my playhead again to the beginning of my timeline and I will create a keyframe here on the histogram and move my playhead to about 2 seconds. Move your histogram like this. So now I'm gonna go and create a new camera. I will use 35mm preset camera and click OK. Toggle the switches in here. Make the adjustment layer 3D layer. Also the flares. Move this RGB bokeh up above the camera and also the plum color. Highlight the camera layer and press P on your keyboard for the position. I will move my playhead at the beginning of my timeline and I will create a keyframe on the position. Move my playhead to about 10 seconds. Move your camera closer to your canvas. I think that should be good enough. Go to layer and create a new solid. Click OK. Go to effects and preset. Generate, add circle. Make sure that your plate is at the beginning. I will adjust the radius of the circle until it will cover all the space in your canvas. Hit the stopwatch in here to create a keyframe. Move your playhead to about 2 seconds and make this radius 0. Now grab the text tool and type the wedding. I'm using Times New Roman. I'll just change the size to 150 pixels and then I will drag this text in the middle. Align it in here and again grab the text tool and type Matthew and Sarah. This time I'm still using the Times New Roman regular, but I have to change it to 72 pixel font size and I will just adjust the spacing. Drag the text on the right side and the color is off-white. Go to project panel and drop down this image. Press S for the scale. Make it only 10%. And also grab this image and drag it down to your timeline. Also press S for the scale. Make this 10% too. This one I will just drag it up. I will align it horizontally. This small one I will just drag it in here. I will just eyeball it and then I will highlight this text and I will go to paragraph. Just align the text to the center. Highlight this one and drag it. Just eyeball it at the center of both the Matthew and Sarah text. Duplicate this ornament. I will drag it down. Align it and go to layer. Transform vertically and then I will highlight these 3 layers and pre-compose it. I will name it ornaments. Move all the attributes into the new composition and I will click OK. Go to effects and preset, generate fill. I will click this one and type FEE1CC. So it's off white. Click OK. Go to effects again, perspective, drop shadow. I will increase the opacity to about 75 and go to edit and duplicate it and make this only 70%. Also the text, highlight both layers, recompose it and I will name it text. Move all the attributes into the new composition and click OK. I will right away go to effects and preset, go to perspective and I will add drop shadow. I will also increase the opacity to 75%. Duplicate drop shadow. I will change this to 70%. So as you can see now here, it's visible. So now I will add another layer which is a new adjustment layer. Put it above the ornaments. And go to effects and preset, color correction, levels. I will change the input white to 215 and the gamma probably 0.70. So now we will scrub our playhead. Let's see. Oops. As you can see that the wedding and ornaments are here, so we don't want it. All we have to do is to move these two layers just below the white solid. So now it's gone. We can also go to flares. It's time also to change the blending mode for the flares to add. Highlight both, press P on your keyboard for the position, and maybe you have to drag it down just a bit, then move it on the left side. Press S on your keyboard for the scale it up a bit. We will go to our project panel, create a new folder. I will name it scene 1. I will highlight these compositions and drag it to my scene 1 folder. I will create new folder and I will name it scene 2. I will highlight the compositions in the scene 1 folder, go to edit and duplicate it. I will drag the duplicated compositions on the scene 2 folder. I will close the scene 1, press your keyboard Ctrl and hold it. Choose some compositions in here that you want to tweak. Double click your mouse to open it up. Highlight this image and delete it because you don't want it to use anymore. And open your folder assets. Go to footage, wedding clips. Replace this with this footage. Click S on your keyboard for the scale and scale it down. Go to the text too. Delete this text and grab your text tool. And I will just copy this note here. Paste it. I will just drag this one up and go my playhead to about 1 second. Go to my effects and presets. Drag down this typewriter. I will highlight this layer. Press U on your keyboard to see the keyframes and I will move my playhead to about 10 seconds. Highlight the last keyframe and move it on the 10 seconds duration. And I will open the media too. I will close these ones. Replace all the compositions in here, but first I will delete the layers that I don't want to use in this scene. The ornaments, I will delete it too. I will highlight the BG. Press your keyboard Alt and hold it. Replace it with the BG2. And do it to all the compositions in here. Replace it all so that it will be independent with the scene 1 folder. So whatever you do in here, it will not affect your scene 1 folder. And if you want to change the position of your flares, just highlight it and press P on your keyboard for the position and move your flares. And maybe press S on your keyboard to scale it up. And press P again and drag it down a bit. So now I'm gonna create a new composition and I will name it final. 1920 by 1080p, 30 frames per second, and the duration is 40 seconds long. Click OK. I will drag down the media 2 and open the scene 1 folder and drag down the media 1. You can also go back to media 1. Just highlight the background and go to effects and preset. Go to color correction and add some tint on it if you want to. Make the tint to about 50%. Let's see what happens. It's better. And also the media 2, also the background, just add color correction and tint. Just make it 50%. So let's preview it again. So guys, our tutorial is done and I hope that you enjoy it. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it so that it will help a lot in my channel. and don't forget to press the notification bell so that you will be updated to all the videos that I'm gonna be uploading in the coming days. And don't forget to comment too if you want to ask some questions and queries. My thoughts for today, guys, is that don't let others' behavior destroy your inner peace, okay? So thank you very much for watching and see you next time. God bless.